Guys, welcome back, and we are here today with the Bequiet Pure Bass 500. It's Bequiet's entry into the mid-tower or lower-end gaming case market. And today we're going to unbox, take a look at it, give you my overall thoughts and what I think, and then later on we will do the review video when I build a full PC in it, which is going to be pretty cool because I have some stuff to talk about as we go along doing that. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and whether you like or dislike, slam that like button. Guys, so without further ado, let's get this bad boy out of this box, have a quick oversee of the outside and then the interior, and let's see what we think of their new entry. This unit has been built from the ground up. This is groundbreaking for them. It's a whole new chassis design, so it's not based off like the D900 or anything like that. This is a whole new developed case. So let's see where we're going with this. Let's see if they've jeopardized on quality in any which way or form, being that this is a $100 to $150 case depending on where you're buying it from. Ooh. Okay, so right off the beginning, packaging isn't as nice as the Dark 900 was. But we're also expecting that, as this is a much cheaper case. But mine came with actual foam damage and everything. I don't think there's any case damage, but we'll have to check and see. Alright, other than some minor things like the magnetic top has been moved, don't seem to be any damage that I can see. So it's very true tempered glass. One thing I'd like to point out right out of the way is that the tempered glass is flush mounted, which is actually a really nice finish. And it has a tint going along the edge here, which is really nice because that looks like a nice spot to be able to hide any type of LED lighting that you'd wish to promote. So this is a metal finish, not an aluminum finish, but we're also got to remember that this is not a $300-400 tier case. This is a $100 to $150 case, so this is to be expected. On the front here, a really nice plastic but brushed aluminum look and feel, so it gives you that higher end look and feel and quality. I like this curved off edges, if you can see that. I really like what they did there. Nice tapered edges, giving it that round look. One thing I noticed it continued with is the venting on the side. Now we'll have to see how the airflow is on this one. So that is one thing continued for sure. On the top here you have your USB 3.0, power button, and two microphone and headphone jack. Now one thing that's really cool here, if you notice, the USB 3.0 are black, staying with the style of this case. So instead of it being blue, which just kind of stands out there, I like how they did that fit and finish thing right there. So that puts a little bit of quality into detail on that. That's my opinion, but I think that it was really sharp not to make those blue. Now on top here, like the other one, there is no charger or anything. Again, we're not in the same tier. We have a cover right here with some venting going along here for exhaust. Now what's cool about this is magnetic. And you can see here, very well vented underneath, and all kinds of support for 240 and 140 and 120 mil fans, water cooling, anything like that. And another really cool thing here is this has sound dampening material on the inside of the top piece as well. So if you're building this thing for sound, or I should say lack of, then this is definitely some really nice finish touches right here. Now the back. Well, the back is very straightforward. You actually have a 140 mil or 120 mil or whatever you wish to put there, whether it be a 240 or a 120 mil radiator, but it actually does have one of Bequiet's Bequiet fans here, the 140 mil, which is a really nice touch. I know on my Dark 900 that this fan really exhausts the heat extremely well for me. When I was gaming last night, I noticed a lot of nice heat exhaust coming out straight from the CPU, and I thought that was just great. Nowhere else on the machine was warm, only there, and that means it's doing its job. So moving down, you have your common PCI open slots for your video cards or anything else that you would want to put in there. I do like that it has a pressure plate with the screw downs. And one really cool nice thing that I noticed on this model is you have 4 screws here, thumb screws. You take the plate off, mount your power supply, and slide the power supply back in. This is a much easier design than the Dark 900. I really wish that the D900 did have that feature. Now this lower tier case does, so that's another innovative change that they had made, and I hope they use this idea moving forward. I like this idea a lot. Okay, so the outside here with the glass, your common, 4 screw setup, your thumb screws. I do like this very nice painted finish here, this edge. That allows you to do something most glass cases can't do, and that is hide a strip of LED down here, and you only want the glow. You don't want to see everything. And that is one thing that this is going to give me if I want to do that type of mod, because everything that I'm going to put in this is basically not RGB, and you'll see that in future videos, and I'll show you why, but I do want to light the case up a bit, so that is really cool. And I love how flush that glass is. Look at that. That's just your plastic up here. That's not any damage. I gotta take it all off. So that is just gorgeous. Okay, so now we move on to the inside of the case. This is where a lot of changes have been made. Check this out. Not only do you have a Bequiet logo right here, but this is actually solid state mount 1, solid state mount 2, hide your cable interfaces. They're all going behind here. That is absolutely beautiful. Another thing that's really cool about this case that I'm noticing is this shroud right here. This is to hide all your wiring coming out to your motherboard. Instead of being a grommet or plastic or rubber and it goes through and you still see the bulkiness, this just disappears behind this shroud. So here we go again. We have more room for 3 140 or 120 mil fans, and you can see that Bequiet has put in one of their 140 mil quiet fans, and it's quite neutrally placed, so I'm just going to leave those fans in for test and review to make sure that I'm happy with the airflow. Then moving down, one cool thing I seen here was this grill over the power supply shroud. I mean, think about if you lit that up inside the glow, that would look pretty sharp. So I have to think about that while I'm building, but that looks gorgeous. So here we go, motherboard mount and everything, of course. And of course top, as I showed you from the other part or the other view, you're able to mount radiators or 140, 120 mil fans. Let's take a look at the back of this case from the other side. Okay, again, this is where we're seeing no compromise on quality. Yes, the material is metal and not aluminum, but look, we have the sound dampening material, and I'm going to tell you guys, this is not cheap sound dampening material. This is not your garbage stick-on crappy stuff. This is actually good quality stuff. So if you actually got this unit in the cheaper model, which would only be dual no window, so panels on both sides, you would actually have this on both panels. That's pretty impressive. For the tier, I gotta say, I'm impressed so far. Okay, so it looks like we have another mesh here, I guess, for the top. Let's take a look at this. Okay guys, so take a look at this. This is something I forgot to mention, and that is the fit and finish on the inside. In $200 cases, I've never seen the actual interior color-coded and color-matched to the exterior of the case. Even in the white one, this is all painted. I think that's really good for the tier and the price of this case. So far, very impressed with this. Take a look at the cable management system Bequiet put in this. Keep in mind, this isn't even in the Dark 900. And look at the channels for hiding wires. Like, that is an inch deep. You got about a ½ inch here on the angle on the ends. So you got some depth here to hide anything you want to hide. Now the other thing, you have a cage down here that allows you to add some 3.5 inch drives, Or with the right adapters, you can add some more solid states. But in this particular case, you really don't need to. You have two on the other side here, and you have two right here on this plate that removes with a thumb screw behind your motherboard. So quick access to your motherboard or cooling system. And you can add two more solid states. That's four solid states right there, native. So in my opinion, with modern boards, an M.2, which is what this build is going to actually have, is just an M.2 in it. There is no need for more native spots for solid state drives. That is actually, four, I believe 5 on this model of native solid state, and then you got your 3.5-inch bays right here where you can actually add some more. Look at all that space down here for your power supply, just unbelievable. So much space. So overall, what I think so far with this case build, and the option to change your top panel from either being a quieter system or a cooler system, which is yet to be found out, I have to say that so far it does not look like, other than material being metal versus aluminum, that this case would even be expecting it to be aluminum in its price tier. Keep in mind, this is a sub $150 case, and I'm thinking Canadian funds there, so you're definitely around the $99 mark I'm going to throw out there, USD. So I'm going to try and find some links for this, leave them down below for you if you care to purchase before the review, just based on the fact that I can say that I think I'm really going to enjoy building this unit. There's so much thought in my mind right now on how I want to create it, how I want to keep it completely clean, so as cable free as possible, and how I would prefer to light it up using the factory fans. Later on I might make changes to that, but right now for the review I want to keep the factory fans in and let you know my thoughts overall on cooling and so on with this case. Also, I want to know, how quiet is it, considering it is part of the Bequiet line? Does it ambient a lot of sound? Is it going to be as quiet as my D900? That's yet to be found out in a much cheaper case. But overall, I think we may have a winner here. So guys, stay tuned for the review, and I will not hold back in any which way or form. If I think this case is not what I would believe is to be better than any mid-tower case I've ever built, I will definitely give you my thoughts on that. So I will let you know the cons and the pros of having the new Bequiet Pure Base 500. Guys, till next time, thank you. It's definitely going to be fun and games, and it's not game over because I'm going to start building this bad boy. So stay tuned for the next video.